Welcome back, everybody. My name is Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Where we left off last time, we were headed up to the third floor of the tower in the Heritage Hill district of Defiance Bay. It looks like we're on the roof, and there is Eltimar there. He looks zombie-y. Oops. Alright. Let's
try this configuration. Still nothing. Confounded device.
Let's go see what he has to say for himself. A man hunches over the strange mechanism, his spine a sharp ridge rising from his arched back. He's barely clothed in filthy rags, and the patches of skin you see are mottled green. A spoiled stench emanates from him. He's so intent on his work that he doesn't notice you until your shadow falls over him. When he turns and sees you, he snarls and scuttles behind the agile pedestal. Only his bared teeth seem to have escaped decay. His eyes are yellowed and bloodshot, but they flicker with intelligence. He averts his gaze and holds his hand over the front of, in front of his face.
Shouldn't be here. What do you want?
Give me a reason not to cleave you in half.
So close. I can figure it out. Reverse the mechanism. I just need time. Time and...
He snarls and grips the copper controls. He doubles over coughing, and when he looks back at you, his teeth flash for a brief moment.
Research. We came to do research on the tower. Some commission from gods. It hardly matters now.
He clenches his fists in concentration. A loth's lips twist in disgust. If I had a copper skeet for every fool animancer whose thirst for knowledge led to a disaster, well, I would never have ended up in Gilded Vale, that's for sure. Keep talking, Adam.
Something happened on our 11th night. Lights in the sky and a static charge in the air. But we were so careful. We were staying in the chambers below. Trindig, my assistant, said he saw a robed figure lurking around the tower. Wore a mask. Carried knives at his sides. A trick of shadows, I told him. The next morning, we felt strange. Like we hadn't eaten in weeks. So dazed that we didn't at first notice the blood around our beds. The strange wounds that had appeared overnight. And the machine. This cursed spire. Dormant for 2,000 years. Lifeless through hundreds of our experiments. And we wake that morning to find it spinning on its own. On its own! How can we stop what we couldn't start?
As exciting as the prospect of living machinery may be, I suspect that, given mention of a machine and a mass figure both, there is another explanation.
Years I've been doing this. Years. I know how these things work, but I don't know how this happened. Nowhere to go. That's the problem. Their souls are trapped here like flies in a jar, clinging to rotting meat.
He turns to you in a sudden burst of passion, gazing at the forsaken district beneath the tower. He gestures to the streets. Get to the point fast.
I am trying. I've studied contraptions like this for years, and still the most basic elements elude me.
He looks at you and runs his tongue along the edges of his fine, strong teeth. He quickly looks away.
It has the power to manipulate souls, but why? For what? And how many others lie buried in the ruins of Erglonfath? No. Focus on this one. It's imprisoned our souls in our bodies. Cut the root between essence and flesh. Left a dwindling soul stuck in a shriveling husk.
How can I help?
Not your help I need. It's Heritage shrew. Squanders her research on frivolities, then refuses to make herself useful. Runes. The runes are the last part of the puzzle. Acantha knows them. She gives them to you, and you can turn the machine off. Release our souls.
Wait, runes? The Engwithan runes? She can read them? He speaks of this feat so blandly. Let's talk instead to this Harridan, Eltimar. I'd pick her thoughts a time. She wasn't here the night the machine came on, staying with her patron somewhere near, too good to be burdened with our ignorant company. There was a stranger in the tower this night, or the night this happened.
I didn't see him. My assistant, he saw him. We laughed. Said he was spooked by the cemetery. Perhaps it was already too late. I don't know what he did. But by morning the machine was on and we were slain. People were already on the streets, complaining of neighbors and family members acting strangely.
You're not like the other ghouls on the street.
Not yet. But I will be. My body is dead. My soul, imprisoned in this corpse, only makes it seem otherwise. And as the body decays, so does the mind. Until nothing is left but the hunger. The only way to forestall the process is through a regular infusion of essence. Living flesh is the only ready supply.
Something gurgles in Eltim's throat, and he grimaces. He heaves and retches, eyeing us strangely.
I'm not proud of any of it. Hunting men and women in the early days of the affliction. Picking off soldiers that came to investigate. But I'd do it again. I'll do it as long as I must to end this disaster.
One shaky hand scratches his bare, sore, eaten chest.
You could help. Help me end this. Help me find sustenance.
What happened to the rest of your team?
By the time I realized what had happened, the district had already been sealed. So we fed when we needed, and locked ourselves in the tower to work. And then there came a time when the hunger struck. And there was hardly anyone left.
I'll get the words from Acantha.
Yes. Acantha. She was here. In the district. Probably here still. Always prepared. Clever lady, that one. And perhaps you'll bring me something. Something to keep me sharp. Then I show you a secret about the machine. Something to make you strong.
We cannot do this, Watcher. This beast is beyond our aid. Do not make yourself like him. I don't know what he would want us to bring him. Proceed to the bottom. I do want to be strong, though. I have a feeling that's like unredeemable evil there, though. There's a difference between being cruel and aggressive and being just flat out super evil. Like feeding somebody to... a zombie, basically. Alright, we at least know where she is already. We just have to walk up there and tell her to GTFO. Is basically what it boils down to. How are people's experience going? Oh, we're still 3,000-ish away from a level. Maybe after this quest we'll gain a level. That would be kind of nice. How long until these things are done? This tower? 25 hours, okay. And then we'll move on to the next part of building our keep. We'll just keep building our keep until there's nothing left to build. And then we can go back and take a look at it when it's all done. Because there's actually no real reason for us to go back at the moment. Alright, let's do this thing.
You return. What have you come seeking this time?
I need the words that operate the within machine in the tower.
That fool Aldhelm. He sent you, didn't he? I can hardly believe he's had the cleverness to survive. That simpleton thinks he can understand how to use something without understanding what it is, or why it is.
She laughs, a noise that blends the crunch of dry leaves with something piercing and white-hot. You feel a hot core of pride smoldering at the center of her soul.
He dabbles with ancient and powerful devices, with all the finesse of a blacksmith. He sends you here to petition me for aid after years of disparaging my research. I'll bet he didn't even tell you the tower's name, did he? That's his problem. Always looking for solutions without caring for meaning.
Tell me the tower's name.
Ter Nuna. It's called Ter Nuna. They built the machine atop it to contain souls. Hold them in place. But the others I've seen, machines scattered all over the Deerwood, are relays, built to move souls.
How do you operate the machine atop tier Noneth?
Back to these Tinker's concerns. And what would you do with these tethered souls if I told you?
I'd harvest them for essence.
And so give their existence purpose. But what kind, I wonder?
I could help you, but I won't. The pride lodged in her soul flares up, twisting into the shape of something that writhes and squeals within her. Here I have specimens aplenty and time to observe them all. It is every scientist's dream. My answer is no. What? What good is observing all this if you're going to hoard it for yourself? Tell her, Eltimar. An entire language at your fingertips, and she hides it away. I'm going to extinguish her pride. The femp here doesn't seem to notice as you wrap your mind around the squalling, burning mass. However, it sears your very bones. You jump back crying out in pain. I won't abandon this opportunity. These souls will remain here with me, and I'll accomplish more than any animancer in the history of the field. And who will know about it? The pride thing flickers as the flames around it abate. All I've learned, years of studying the Angwithan language, no one understands it better than me. That counts for something. Your opportunities here are finite. One day that knowledge will die with you. The pride hisses and sputters. It is little more than an ember now. You're wrong. But there's no conviction in her voice. I'll build it forever. I'll cling to it. That will give me something. Teach me what you know, and I'll make sure that it grows and your legacy lives on. Your words finally quench your pride, and all that remains is blackened diamond-hard rock. You cast it away where it melts into the darkness.
So be it. My studies and efforts shall grow through yours. These are the words you need.
Her cold, dry fingertips rest on your temples, and you feel her reaching into your mind, forming images from the darkness. Runes flash through your head, but they're no longer just pictures. They have a meaning, and you understand them. They're commands. Something triggers in your mind, a distant memory unearthed from a past life long since buried. You see a vast array of runes, far more than Encantha has shown you, and you know their sound, their meaning, and how they fit together. The language of Angwithan once more at your command.
Something has awakened in your mind. You understand far more than I ever did. Take this knowledge, then, and do what you will with Ter Nuneth. Now that you understand its purpose, it will serve you in whatever way you wish.
A speaker of dead tongues now. And so he surpasses 100 frustrated scholars in a matter of a few moments. I don't suppose you could look at a few books for me. I still don't understand why the Angwithans would want to build a machine that tethers souls. Perhaps they didn't. Perhaps that's why they built no other machines like this one. We now see the Angwithans as masters of soul manipulation, but they couldn't have attained their expertise without copious trial and error. Perhaps this is one such experiment. Certainly. What do I do with the tower now that I know these words?
Turn it off, I expect. That will be easy now that you can read the runes. The vessels would still roam, but striking them down would return their essence to the cycle. But be careful. That machine controls hundreds of souls, and that volume of essence could easily overload it. Improperly channeling the essence would destroy the machine along with the souls. It would be a terrible loss for posterity.
You said the other towers around the Deerwood were constructed to move souls. Why would the Angwithans have wanted to do that? Another mystery, hypothetically anywhere they wished. The real question is, as always, is why. To intermix them the way a player shuffles his decks, the way a farmer rotates his fields, to collect them like butterflies under glass, to melt them down for raw essence. Unfortunately, I do not know. Remind me, how do you know so much about the tower? I read the runes like a journal. I understand their meaning. People like Altem try to read them like instruction manuals, and in doing so they miss their true meaning completely. Explain how the control words work. Harnessing the power of Tir Noneth, is about understanding what it was designed to do. You know the words and their meanings, you can speak them, and the tower shall obey. That's it, thanks. We're going back up to the top. Oh, this is going to be cool. I'm so excited. It's tower stopping time. It's not just gonna let us go straight to the top, is it? That's slightly unfortunate. Let's quick save in case enemies have spawned between us and the door. There is always that possibility. Kitty, catch up. Can every character have a pet? No, just mine. Okay. I was gonna say we could have like proceed to the top. Perfect. We could have like a menagerie of pets following us around, but apparently that's not the case.
As you wish.
A jagged adder rises in front of you, encased in stonework that run through with copper veins. The panel is covered with runes, which you can now understand. You recognize the word for end and for hold. The dial is currently fixed on hold. You also recognize by an inscription that the manner in which you turn the dial is a mean of throttling the device. I'm going to quick save, and I'm going to try both of them. I'm going to try overloading it first. Maximize the machine's throttle in hopes of overloading the device. Muttering a command, you give the dial a violent twist. The moving spires spin faster and faster, wobbling from their axes. The light filling the machine quickly becomes too bright to behold. You look away and cover your ears, but the thunderous crash that follows shakes the floor beneath you. When you look back, the machine is in ruins, never to be used again. Well, that sucks. We get to watch the explosion, though. Now, if we were to put this on hold, instead, let's quick load that really quickly. Did I not quick? I quick saved at the top, didn't I? Yes, cool. So let's choose end. As the command words leave your lips, the dial sinks into the adra under your hand. Something like a thunderclap sounds overhead. The glow fades from the machine as it falls dormant. Does that mean I can still use it though? No. Okay, let's see if we can talk to Eltimar. Maybe we have to, I want to gather their essence and make myself stronger. Let's talk to him. Eltimar looks much worse than before. His rotten flesh hangs loosely and sores have eaten away patches of his skin at his joints. He looks at you with a strange glimmer in his eyes.
Flesh.
He takes a tentative, scuttling step towards you. He doubles over, coughing up strings of black bile. He seems to have forgotten about you for the moment. When Eltimar looks at you this time, Ultra's recognition is gone. He bares his teeth and leaps at you, his pupils narrow to pinpricks. Sorry, Eltimar. Come on, just die. Maybe you have notes on you. He does. Let's quickly read his journal then. Maybe it's one of those things where we can't read it. Oh no, there it is. Encantha insists on pursuing her own research on the tower despite my argument that pooling our knowledge is in both our interests. With her expertise in the Yang language, I'm convinced she knows more about the tower's workings than she lets on. So we can do either one. We don't have a choice. I'll just maximize it and blow it up. We get extraordinarily positive for doing so. And it is now blowed up.
As you wish.
We're not even remotely close to a level, though.
What is it?
Slightly disappointing. Go back down to the bottom. We really have nothing else to do here, I guess. We have blown up the tower's machinery. In which case, we're going to go tell What's-Her-Face about that. Oh, there's a couple things we need to do. Let's go to First Fires, tell one person about her patrol, which died horribly. And then we will go to Brackenberry and tell our patron lady about the lead-in key plot to make zombies. To make many zombies. We're gonna quick save. What level are we now anyways? Level 7, okay. I just want to hit level 9 mostly, because then first level spells become per encounter use for priests and mages, and at level 11, level 2 spells become per use, which is pretty amazing. There, that's the nice man who helped me, and thank the Iron Arm for it. We'll get you sorted out of the keep. The Knights of the Crucible, major positive. Defiance Bay, major positive. Nice. The tower is off. Does this mean the curse on Heritage Hill is lifted? It wasn't a curse, but yes, the district is safe again. I think it'll be some time before anyone will be willing to settle in the district again, but at least we can get started on restoring it. I'd totally live there. Let me buy a house there. I bet you prices would be so low. Could you imagine? You could buy like a mansion for like 50 bucks and be like, yeah, I'm in a district that had zombies. What of it? Get someone to restore it? Beautiful. I would totally do that. Unfortunately, I'm not in this world and there's no zombies in real life. And people will move back in because this is the only major city. It's not like Detroit where buying a nice house might mean that water gets cut off from it at some point. I do think that there is too much urban sprawl though. I know everyone wants their lawn and their neighborhood that's spread out over like 8 cubic miles, or cubic miles, like 8 square miles, but it's not sustainable and it requires a vast amount of resources for things like infrastructure like roads, water and stuff like that. So I mean, there are merits to having big neighborhoods and big cities that are spread out. Like Calgary is huge. Calgary for its population is very massive. Hey Seda, how's it going? Seda looks like she's had a bath and a few square meals. She smiles shyly. Wyla, any news from Heritage Hill? Your guards were charmed by the spirit of a woman named Lyra. I gotten rid of her. Her tired eyes grow round. By the flame, you found her, my missing commander? She heaves a sigh and loses her gaze among the floor tiles. And she was calling to the watch from beyond the grave? Doesn't make sense, but nothing in that accursed district does. What happened to all the soldiers under her spell? All your knights are dead. Train them better next time. I see. Nevertheless, thank you for your help. You've left me with as many questions as answers, but at least I know what happened to my troops and Commander Lyra. Please, accept this as a token of my gratitude. We got some positives, and we got something else. 1,000 copper. And that's something completely different. Alright, we have an average adventure to send somebody on right now. Oh, did we miss it or something? Oh no, she finished it? I don't know. Something like that. I guess we can find out really quickly. Adventure completed. 646 experience and items. Spoils await in the Great Hall treasury chest. Is this almost done yet? 23 hours. That only took 2 hours to do in game? I guess that makes sense. Alright, let's go tell Lady Wyla. I think her name's Wyla. Why can I not remember her name? Lady Cypher. We're gonna call her Lady Cypher for now. Until I remember her name. When we go meet her again. How is our cruel going? What cruel do we have? We're only cruel 2 still. We need to be more cruel so we can get better buffs. Brackenberry. We're actually getting much closer to where we need to be in terms of main storyline quest and even side quests. I mean, we only have, well, we have a bunch of side quests going, but we need to go to the records archive with Edier. Continue to get to know Durance. We can go do Cod Noir anytime we want. I don't know where these cliffs are, to be honest. Grieving Mother's Past, I'm sure will come up. Travel to the cave from Firga's Vision. We also haven't done that yet. And take Pallegina to that one city, which we will do. But for mainline quests, we have to travel to Deerford Village and inform Lady Webb about the Leaden's activities. Lady Webb, that's her name. Webb. I should remember that. It's like a web of lies, a web of intrigue, all that junk. No one wants to talk to us at the moment.
Good day to you.
Excuse me, but I've been looking for you. You're the one who lifted the curse on Heritage Hill. My lady, who wishes to remain anonymous, has entrusted me with bringing you this pistol. It belonged to a dear friend of hers who was lost to the curse. For your part in reclaiming Heritage Hill, my lady wishes you to have it. Here, may it serve you well in battle. Thank you. She bows. You are quite welcome. Now I must be off. Farewell. St. Garam's Spark. Oh, marking, shock damage, good DR bypass. And what's your pistol like? DR bypass, speed, damaging. Are you good with arbacuses? Because, I mean, this is just a normal arbacus. And if you can use pistols, I'm going to give you the pistol. Let's take a quick look at your skills. You don't have any sort of weapon, what's the word I'm looking for here, guys? Better weapon restrictions.
Yes.
So, that is going to be given to him. Gonna shoot some lightning things. And we go upstairs. Lightning pistol, that's pretty cool. Actually, I wonder if I can give this quality. No, I can't. I wonder why I can't, though. Maybe it already has too many enchantments on it? Guessing that's what it is. Although I should be able to. It's only got using 5 out of 12 thingies. I can do some things like corrosive. Oh, it already has a quality thing. So it's damaging 3. Gotcha. So it can't be fine and exceptional. It's damaging. Which actually kind of sucks because I think this one's better. But we can make it burning. Or slaying even, but none of those are particularly great. Maybe we'll design and build our own weapon later on in the game once we collect enough things for it. Alright, Lady Webb.
How fares your search?
There is something I can tell you about the Leaden Key's operations.
Well, let's hear it.
The Anguithan Tower in Heritage Shell contains an ancient machine that can control the flow of souls. The Leaden Key activated it.
This is troubling. That civilization seems to have known more about the mechanics of souls than anyone since. The Leaden Key was born in that period. It may be that Theos has full knowledge of their technology. The applications of this machine you speak of, I don't want to think about it. That isn't enough to take to the Duke, but we're close. Avar Wolfgren is a cautious man. He will want to know everything possible before being moved to action.
That's it for now. Alright. Now, our next main quest is to go to Deerford Village. That's really all we have at this point. And so we are leaving Defiance Bay in the next video. Obviously not going to do it in this video because we only have like 45 seconds left. What I might do between videos is go back to the keep and sell some stuff. So I'm going to do that actually. And then in the next video we'll start out.
Chance, I'm buying you a pint. That means a lot to Dare. Oh, do you
wait.
want one too? Sorry, I meant for Isselmere. I'll get you one too.
Oh, that is amazing. We're actually going to First Fires in the next video. And then maybe we'll go to the keep. And you might be wondering, but Eltimar, why are we going to First Fires? That's a good point. We'll go to First Fires in the beginning of the next video. I'm going to go to the keep on my own. And the reason we're going to go to First Fires is for Adir's quest. We have to go to the records
Come on, I want to pet you.
place. We already went to the records place once, I think, but we didn't get a lot of information. I'm hoping that maybe now that we're more well known among the city,
Yes.
we got an extraordinarily positive increase, that they will give us some information that we require. So, like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.